Hi there and welcome back to my channel. This is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer, with another book review. In this video we're discussing Murder in Merrywell, written by Jane Bettany. It's a cozy mystery and book one in the Violet Brewster mystery series. I enjoy this book a lot. I enjoy the setting, the country village setting. In this book, think Middommer Murders, but with a civilian nosy-rosie. This setting just makes for great characters and great scenery in the book as well, and the mystery is well done. I think you'd enjoy this cozy mystery. Violet, our main character, is new to the village. She's setting up a business to make movies for people or community groups or just small businesses around the area. She worked in PR and marketing in big firms in the city, so she has a lot of skills in the area as well. She's divorced recently. Her husband still works for the police force in the city, so from him she learned just a few of the ins and outs of police procedure. Her first gig in her new business is making a community video for the village, kind of advertise the village's history and the people of the village as well, the life of the village. So she's taking her role seriously, and she sets out to interview people in the village about their history, about their village history and village life in general. During these interviews is where Violet first learns about a mystery of a missing person, Helen Slingsby. Nigel, who lives in the village, was married to Helen, and Helen vanished about 40 or so years ago. Nobody knows where she went, if she's still alive or not, but Nigel wants to find her so he can have an official divorce, so he can remarry. Violet is not really sure if she wants to get involved. I mean, this is her first gig to make this video. She wants to do a good job and do it on time. And she doesn't think she has free time to help Nigel out. But Nigel kind of begs, and she feels like she's got no choice. So she agrees to, not really wanting to, and not really sure of how much time she'll spend on it, but she agrees to help out if she can. But her curiosity gets the better of her, and she starts digging in, trying to find information on Helen. And in social media, online, everywhere she goes, she can find no information about Helen at all. It's like Helen didn't even exist or just disappeared from the face of the earth. As she talks to more people for this video for the village, Violet slips in little questions about Helen. Do they know her? What do they think of her? That sort of thing. A few days later, one of the women she talked to, called Martha, is found murdered in her home. And on that morning, Martha had called Violet and left a message. Something Martha remembered. She was going to talk to somebody about something. And then she's found murdered. Is that all linked? These questions about Helen. Is it linked to Helen's disappearance 40 years ago? They're the questions in this book that Violet can't put down. She can't let it go. She has to find out. And that's where I'll leave the plot. I'm not going to give anything away about what secrets she finds out in the village, who's guilty. I'll leave it up to you if you want to read this story. But I'll say this is the first book in the series, so there's a lot of introduction of characters, and I think that vehicle of having the main character making a video about the village and then talking to people, interviewing them, because of this video, was a very unique way of getting us to know these characters. I've not seen this done before in a cozy mystery. The village setting itself, we get descriptions of a few landmarks, a few houses, and it's what you'd expect in a village. A mixture of old and new, some nice scenery, some nice gardens are described, all that sort of thing. But I think we need more detail of landmarks. Didn't get many landmarks in this book, and maybe in the series as it develops further we'll get more landmarks in different books. You do get a true sense of the closeness of village life in this story. You have a mixture of personalities as you'd expect, some nice, some not, some bossy, some compliant, all a mixture. And that's good in this story. You get a sense of some of the characters, and as the series progresses, I want to read this series as it progresses. I expect to see more of those characters developed in more depth. And I'm enjoying some of the characters in this book so far. There's some characters there I think may cause trouble for Violet in future books and conflict for Violet in future books, but I think all those characters are very engaging in their own right. Violet herself is a good character for a cozy mystery series. She's stubborn, she's very nosy, she doesn't like to let go. Other characters in the story describe her as being like a dog with a bone, which is a good analogy for someone in a cozy mystery. Because if they're not nosy, if they're not stubborn, if they're not inquisitive, what's the use of having this character in a cozy mystery? So Violet is a great character in a cozy mystery series. Violet on the whole is a good character. Stubborn, nosy, clever, and her profession. I've not seen that profession in a cozy mystery series before, so it's unique and new and fresh, and I enjoyed that in this book. I think Violet will make a great character in a series as this book series develops. There was one scene I think that felt out of character for Violet, but overall I think the character is great in this series and very engaging in my view. Fiona runs a local bakery in the village, and it's a strange setup for this shop. There's 3 shops in one. Fiona runs a bakery, her husband runs a bookstore, and their daughter runs a cafe. So it's an interesting setup in this book. But Fiona as a character is interesting. Fiona and Violet are friends very quickly in the story. Fiona's like an encyclopedia for village history and gossip, and also about other people in the village as well. She knows other characters quite deeply, even knows what they like to eat and drink, and offers suggestions to Violet to take certain cakes to them when she talks to them, to kind of butter them up a bit when she asks them questions. So I think Fiona's going to be interesting in this series, and I think Fiona and Violet are going to maybe try to solve mysteries together. I'm hoping for that. I think that may happen in future books. Judith is the leader of the parish council. Now she's written as a bit of a hard nut. She's a bit stubborn. She seems a bit rude sometimes as well, very forthright, very direct. And I think she's going to be maybe not a villain in the series, but she's going to be that kind of character that seems at odds to Violet at all times and have conflict there at certain moments in the series. So I'm looking forward to see what happens for Judith as the book series develops. Will Judith change? Will she become nice? Who knows? But I think Judith is there kind of to be a foil to all Violet's plans and schemes to investigate certain things in the village. I enjoyed this book. It's a solid start to a cozy mystery series. The characters are good, the mystery's good, the setting's good. I rate it a 3 out of 5. I think as the book series develops, we need more descriptive landmarks in the series, things that stand out a bit more. Also, I'd like to know about more characters in the village. We've met a few characters, some more deeply than others, and sometimes those characters seem just a little bit cliche in certain ways, not too badly, but Violet as a character is engaging. She's interesting and intriguing. She's got all the things that somebody in a cozy mystery series needs, stubborn, nosy, all that sort of thing. So as a series, as this develops, I think it will get stronger and stronger. And I do want to read more in this series. On my channel, I review mini cozy mysteries. If you enjoy cozy mysteries, check out my channel and subscribe. There's also a cozy mystery playlist on my channel. It should be on your screen now.